Next up on the Cosmic News Network, First Contact with Joshua Putt.
Good morning, Earthlings. How you doing today? Well, welcome back to First Contact Radio. Glad you could be here. Today is Monday, the 22nd of August, 2016. It's a day of change. Day of change indeed. First thing that is changing is we have our moon sign. Our moon has been over the course of this weekend in Aries. It is moving from Aries. Actually, it is void of course right now, so it's gone through the last phase of Aries. And we're moving into the next moon sign, which would be Taurus. So we've gone from a fire sign, now we're going to an earth sign. Fires are all about ideas. Earth is all about the physical world. This one is very significant. This one is very significant. What's going on at this moment of time? Hebrew letter Vav means nail or hook. It tells us that we need to hook the spiritual to the physical. It's the only way it's going to work. If you don't hook the spiritual to the physical, physical dies. It's the only way it works. Our sun sign has been in Leo. It's been in Leo, represented by the tarot card of strength. We're now moving from Leo into the next sign, which will be Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign. So again, we're going from fire, we're going to earth. Here, Virgo is the teacher holding the lantern up high. The Virgo is the one who is learning the lessons of patience and timing, and expressing the patience and timing. The Virgo, the hermit, is the one holding the lantern high that represents illumination, light for others to be able to see through the darkness. I think it's very significant when I read and go over the stories today. You're going to see and understand a little bit how these things play out. Let's look at some of the aspects that we're dealing with right now and through the course of this day. Mercury communication has moved into conjunction with Jupiter to expand out the way in which we communicate the thoughts, the things that we're thinking about. Then Uranus, just before we went void of course, Uranus moved into conjunction with Aries, telling us we need to be surprised. Things are going to surprise us on what's going on. Unexpected changes. Definitely unexpected changes, and I'd say that is what you're about to hear in just a little bit. 11:38 a.m. our sun is going to now move formally into Virgo, where it will be for the next month. 4:19 p.m. we move out of void of course into Taurus, where now our moon sign will be in that earthly sign of Taurus, and then a little bit after that, 4:39 p.m., the sun and the moon are going to be in trine, Virgo and Taurus. Both of these earth signs working together. Both of these signs teaching us patience, teaching us timing, teaching us the idea and reminding us that we need to connect spirit to the physical. Okay? It's going to be a theme for today. We need to connect spirit to the physical, because when spirit is removed, the physical does not work. Remember that. Remember that. If the spirit is removed, if God is removed from the equation will not work. Now, you'll understand in a bit when I get to these stories what I'm referring to here. Our moon is currently 77.7 kilometers per second, or 77.7% of the way full. It's a waning moon. We're making our way to the new moon, which will be on September 1st, coming up quicker than we think. On the Jewish calendar today is the 18th of Av. 18 Av, and the daily thought for today is reuniting. When man and women were first formed, they were a single being, and then God divided them so that they could achieve a higher union. What is higher? Why is it higher? Because now it is through their own effort. That is true oneness, when two choose to be one. And finally, space weather. Solar winds currently at 404 kilometers per second. The planetary K index is quiet, but we will be looking at unsettled over the next 24 hours. Coronal hole at the top, one right in the middle. Geomagnetics or M class flare possibility and X class both at 1%. Geomagnetic storm activity seems to be holding steady in the mid latitudes, 10%, 5%. Upper latitudes, about the same, maybe a slight increase in the severe range in the high latitudes, going from 15 to 20. Otherwise, that is it for today. So, today's a day of change. It's a day of change from one to the next. We've been dealing with fire, ideas, um, passion, creativity, but now we're moving into earth, the physical world, the physical form. And in this physical form, from the physical place, we need to really consider some things that are going on. We need to consider how it is that we are going to operate in this world from here on forward. Are we going to operate understanding the wisdom of the universe that flows through us, that we shine forth into life? Or are we going to simply move in a place that is not the right direction? Are we going to remove from the equation the understanding of how the physical works, which is the higher elements and the higher aspects affecting the physical? It's very important for us to be aware of what's going on. UFO News is up next.
This is the UFO News with Joshua Poet.
All right, Dirk, thank you very much. Today I have 5 stories. The first story here is from Florida and recorded in Florida, California, August 2016. This is footage of what is described as the secret UFO police. The secret UFO police. What are the secret UFO police? I'm not quite certain, but here, Secure Team 7 seems to have captured something that we should be aware of here. It's a 26-minute video that shows some interesting footage here if it decides to play. We'll just be patient for a moment. There we go. Alright, like I said, it's a 26-minute video. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm going to leave that for you to do. Alright, let's see if we can zip forward here and kind of. Alright, we seem to be having some challenges here with this particular video. The secret is remaining a secret. Alright, there we go. Okay, we have some object in the sky right here. You can see it right in the middle of the screen. Bouncing around somewhere along here. We're going to see these secret UFO police. Anyway, look, I'm having troubles with the video. I'm just going to move on. Links available so you can check it out. Let's move on to the next story. Here's a story of a strange light source orb that was seen in a courtyard here by security cam in Peru. So let's just take a look at what this is here. It says that UFOs come in all shapes and sizes. Baseball-sized UFOs have been seen, reported, and even photographed. I witnessed one 4 meters away once on a roof. This one is Cloaked. The security cam is equipped with an infrared LED lights that allow us to see at night, but also can see anything that normally is invisible to the naked eye, like this cloaked orb. Okay, it's an awesome catch, definitely. YouTube user JimHZ71. Okay, you can see it floating there. You can see the movement in the background. All right, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Now we're going to move from there to Portland, Oregon, where we have a daytime sighting. And what we have is here a group of people and I witnessed several objects while at the Oaks Amusement Park on the 20th. That would be yesterday at 1 p.m. At first glance, we figured they were balloons. However, we noticed that they were spiraling in a continuous circle, disappearing and then reappearing. This was during the day, 100% day, and with very little wind. I filmed this towards the end of the sighting, as I hadn't thought to pull my phone out until then. We were all very puzzled, trying different explanations for what it was. The clearest view of the objects are in the beginning and at the end of attached video. Okay, so it's a 49-second video. And we are, let's see, what do we got? What do we have here? Not really seeing anything too much at this moment. However, when you enlarge it on the screen, I know you'll catch a better view of it. And we're coming to the end here where we should get a better view. Alright, I'm going to leave the video there. Check out that link. We have here a Constellation-Like UFOs flying very low above Pennsylvania. There's a man from Pennsylvania reportedly spotted a fleet of unidentified flying objects when he was heading out to his vehicle and happened to look up. He recorded the bright UFOs using his phone camera as they traveled the night sky. The witness reported the strange event he encountered to the Mutual UFO Network, which posted the witness's account along with the videos to their database on August 11th. Based on the witness reaction to the video, he was awestruck by his sighting. According to the UFO sighting, he was outside his home in the small city of Bristol and Bucks County, Pennsylvania. A low-flying airplane first caught the attention of the witness in the sky. When he looked north, he noticed 5 objects flying straight but not maneuvering. The report continues that the mysterious objects were moving away from each other. The witness said that they were UFOs flying very slowly underneath the clouds. He also noticed that the planes were flying around them and across from them. He found it weird to see the planes flying around at that time. He went on saying that the objects were brilliant, very close. He describes the 5 UFOs as looking like a constellation in the sky, but just way lower. The witness was able to see the fleet of UFOs for around 5 minutes before they became out of sight behind some clouds. Alright, so the video link's available, so you can check it out yourself. And finally, one last piece here. This is UFO Hunter Films possible cloaking UFO hovering over Oregon. This is a different sighting. From the beginning until the last bright illumination that appeared is about 15 plus minutes duration of momentary light displays that appeared stationary and at times, and other times moving along a flight path during the brief 10 to 15 seconds of visual displays. Possibly larger cloaked approach from the north towards the general location. The lights at times seemed to connect when both were illuminated, and there was estimated 100 feet distance between. A clear example is bright light as it dims towards the end of the video. Alright, this is a video 2 minutes 48 seconds. Just took place. There's our object in question. Nice, looks like a cherry colored object up there in the sky. A little description of where it was at the time when it was seen. Okay, very good. So there you go. That's our UFO news for today. I'm going to jump away and we're going to get into some stories that are, well, quite significant for you, for me, and basically for the rest of America. So I'll jump away and I'll be back. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
What if our government was responsible for some of the greatest crimes against this nation? Would you really want to know? These are big questions, but these questions deserve answers. It's time to demand the truth.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid.
9/11 was an inside job. Kennedy was killed by the CIA. Jimmy Carter saw UFO. Answers to secrets you need to know. So wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. The evidence is overwhelming. Step past your fear, take a look. Illuminati lies keep growing, but they're illusion from your eyes. And wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. What would our founding fathers say if they were alive today? Must be turning in their graves. Redcoats are coming, big brothers watching. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. What if I land and two if I see? And I on the opposite shore will be ready to ride and spread the alarm through every Middlesex village and farm. Whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it. When a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Patriots arise. It's time to demand the truth.
Here we have a story. The United States Air Force wants to plasma bomb the skies to improve radio reception. The U.S. Air Force is working on plans to plasma bomb the sky. No, they have not been co-opted by a super villain bent on world domination. This plan has legitimate, perhaps even noble goals. If the United States Air Force can pull it off, radio signals will be able to travel further through the atmosphere. Radio operators have long known that radio signals travel better at night. They can travel hundreds of miles further to be picked up by equipment that would never hear a peep during the day. Now we understand the mechanism that makes it possible. It's all down to charged particles in the ionosphere, a layer of the atmosphere that starts about 30 miles up. You're probably more familiar with the ionosphere from the auroras like the northern lights. Ground-based radio signals work best when you have a line of sight to the target, so the curvature of the Earth makes it hard to get a signal more than 70 miles away. But if a signal can bounce off the ionosphere, it can travel greater distances. The U.S. Air Force wants to add plasma to the atmosphere using small cubostats, and it's awarded contracts to 3 teams that think they can make it happen. Again, there's that nonsensical curvature of the Earth stuff to get you to believe that this has to be in place to counteract that. What about the satellites, huh? Should be able to get reception off of the satellites. Again, it's another ruse, my friends. We're being lied to left and right. Left and right. Maybe I'm wrong about the Earth. I don't think so, because there's so many descriptions and videos and bits of information showing exactly what I've been explaining to you. Now, country's being infiltrated. Not just the country, but the world. And this man right here, very evil person himself, George Soros, is behind many of these things. So shocking revelations continue to spill out in the leaked memos from George Soros's Open Society Institute. Among the most disturbing is a smoking gun that reveals activists such as Robert Spencer, Frank Gaffney, and Pamela Geller were targeted by opposition researchers working for the nonprofit group controlled by the billionaire international activist. In an interview, Geller reacted sharply to the news that she was singled out for the destruction by Soros and his allies. He's been on the side of evil ever since he worked for the Nazis, she told World News Daily. It's no surprise that he would oppose opposition to jihadi terror. According to a 2011 document titled Extreme Polarization and Breakdown of Civil Discourse, opposition researchers working for the Center for American Progress were to research and track Geller and others in order to fight anti-Muslim xenophobia and promote tolerance. The Center for American Progress has been a prominent recipient of Soros' largesse, receiving millions of dollars. The Open Society Institute also funded the specific research with a stash of $200,000. Geller, a WND columnist and the author of Stop the Islamization of America, Practical Guide to the Resistance, said the scandal shows the mainstream media, which promotes narratives designed to smear people like Geller as Islamophobic or racist, should not be taken seriously by thinking people. The media is bought and paid for, she said. This confirms that the mainstream media is not a news service, but a propaganda arm of the left hand. Hard left. So, got a situation now where we see George Soros is seeing to it that we don't get involved with any talk about Islam. We don't want to say anything negative about this religion of peace that goes out there and cuts people into pieces, that is. A religion that goes out there and spreads their satanic message across the world, a message of Muhammad that it's okay to rape, to kill, to take on little children, to be a pedophile, and all the murderous things he did. Because Muhammad is nothing more than a satanic being. And anyone who follows this example is following the example of Satan. If you're a member of Islam out there, you have a problem with the things I'm saying, too bad. Too bad. Then get with the program and get away from the religion of Satan. I'm tired of watching what's going on. This is true evil being spread across the world, and we're sitting here in America, many people thinking, oh, let's just let it in. How many young millennials out there are thinking that this is great, we're diversifying our country? They want to impose Sharia law, my friends. Sharia law, it's the opposite of what we follow. If Sharia law comes in, women become subjugated. Women become second-class citizens. Women don't drive. Women dress the way you see the women from Islam dress, with these long black outfits and the hijabs where they're covering their faces. So is this how you're ready to start dressing women? All you feminists who wanted to have this equality, are you ready to start dressing this way and be a second-class citizen? You fought so hard to be equal, but now in your stupidity of wanting to diversify everything, you're bringing in a system that is not going to make you equal, but is going to make you even less than what you've ever been before. Because nobody's ever tried to disqualify you from being equal here in America, but this system that you want to bring in here because you don't understand it wants to make you less. They want to make you subservient. And how about the homosexual community? How many of you are going to go out there and vote for Hillary and support this sort of thing where she is supported by countries that kill homosexuals? You have a death wish? Is that what it is? You have a death wish? You want to bring this in? And for the homosexual community, how about your mothers and your sisters? Do you care about them? Do you want to see them subjugated? Or have you gone so far in your homosexual behavior that you no longer care about the women in your life? And therefore it's okay for them to be subjected to whatever they're subjected to. We are our own worst enemy. Political correctness has killed us. It's killed our country. People are too afraid to speak their mind because, oh, they're going to say the wrong thing and somebody's going to get upset. I think we're kind of past the point of being worried about that because we are being taken apart systematically by a government who has become so treacherous. Sad thing with the mainstream media is they keep lying about all this, but I don't think they're prepared to handle all that's about to go on in this country. They're not immune from all of this. But how many of them are just going to sell out? Sell out because when you remove God from the equation, that's what you have. And any religion that tries to tell you that if you don't believe their way, you're an infidel to be killed, well, there's a problem right there. Allah wasn't around at the beginning. Allah didn't come around till much later. Allah, as I showed you from the documents, and you can go back and you can look in the past shows, Allah has more connections to Lucifer and Satan than he does with being a divine being out to help anybody. Here's another story right here you should be aware of. Southern Command warns that Sunni extremists are infiltrating from the south. Islamists freely cross the U.S. border with the help of South American alien smugglers. Sunni extremists are infiltrating the United States with the help of alien smugglers into South America and are crossing U.S. borders with ease, according to the U.S. South Command Intelligence Report. The command's J2 intelligence director reported recently in the internal channels that the special interest aliens are working with a known alien smuggling network in Latin America to reach the United States. The smuggling network was not identified. Army Colonel Lisa A. Garcia, a Southern spokesperson, did not address the intelligence report directly, but said that the Sunni terrorist infiltration is a security concern. Networks that specialize in smuggling individuals from regions of terror concern, mainly from the Afghan-Pakistan region. The Middle East and East Africa are indeed a concern for Southcom and other interagency security partners who support our country's national security. There are major hubs that serve the enemy entry points into the region for migrants, for those areas of concern attempting to enter U.S. along the border of Mexico. The infiltrators from terrorist states and unstable regions exploit vulnerabilities in commercial transportation systems and immigration enforcement agencies in some countries that used for transit, Garcia said. Remember also the article that I brought up about the ISIS camps just over the border in Mexico and how they said one day they're going to cross and kill thousands of people in Texas or Arizona. It's here, my friends. It's here. They're knocking at the door and they're coming on in because the door is wide open. Wide open. So it's time for us to put aside childish things because we've got some things to deal with in this country. We've got a president who's declared war on us and who is killing our republic in front of us. We have radicals who are pouring in, sneaking in, or being invited in by those brain-dead Americans who think that's a great idea because they don't remember what happened back in 622 when Muhammad spread into the world. We have a country that is having no problem removing God from the equation, and we wonder why we're having problems. Wonder why we're having problems. It's because of all of the stupid nonsense that's going on. All of the stupid nonsense that's going on indeed. Here is Saint Michael the Archangel. This is a little prayer to Saint Michael. Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray, and do thou, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and the evil spirits who prowl around the world seeking the ruin of souls. Seeking the ruin of souls. Well, right now we certainly need Archangel Michael to to be working with us. We need to be understanding the power of the Christ that flows through our lives and the power of God in our lives. If there's ever a time where any Americans need to be calling on God, now is that time. We've allowed ourselves to, little by little, accept these abandonments and say, oh, it's okay to do this. It's okay to remove this from America. It's okay to take this out. It's okay to stop teaching this thing in schools. It's okay to teach our children this other ideal, this other ideology. Little by little, people stop paying attention, to the point now where you got grown people walking through the streets chasing their imaginary creatures on their cell phones, all the while being tracked by a beastly system that is tracking you because you're too dumb to understand that the systems and the technologies they've given you is nothing more but a trap. And people are falling into the trap left and right. Meanwhile, the Antichrist is running loose, destroying the country, pouring in, allowing terrorists to pour in. I'm telling you, my friends, you don't think this is serious? You think this is all some joke? Remember I said that last 4th of July was our last 4th of July unless we right this ship? Well, for now, as of today, he's removing the Pledge of Allegiance. We've just experienced our last 4th of July unless we put the right person in office. Hillary's going to continue to promote all of these things that Obama is doing. Donald Trump loves America. Donald Trump wants to see this country be better than ever. Donald Trump wants to see to it that all of these terrorists that are sneaking in are not able to sneak in. He wants to apply the laws and actually make them work that are already on the books and put in new policies that is going to protect America and help us. He doesn't want to disclude people from coming into this country. He just wants to keep the bad people out so that the good people coming in can enjoy what this country is about. But those sneaking in, they're not here for good causes. These extremists that are coming in aren't coming in because they love America. They're coming in to tear it down. This is real, my friends. This isn't an exercise. This is real. It's happening right now as we speak. The executive order is real. Remember what I said at the beginning? Remember I talked about the moon sign right here? Va, a nail or hook connecting together spirit with the physical. Okay, when you take the spirit, when you take God out of the equation, bad things happen. God has been removed from the equation. Bad things are happening. Why does Islam have the problem that it has? Because they removed God from the equation. They become a murderous bunch of individuals. And we have a system that is pushing because it has gotten so out of control. So many individuals. Did you ever think that there were going to be so many individuals that were going to cave to the darkness, to cave to the evil? I thought there were more strong-minded people, but there aren't. Maybe the 144,000, maybe that's actually only the amount of people that actually do believe. We've often wondered what that number was. Maybe that's actually the number of people that still are left that believe. I hope it's more than that. I certainly do. But it just doesn't seem like it. So let's see how people deal with this today, the reaction that people have. Let's see. It's going to be very curious. We need to do something. I keep repeating it, but this is just very bizarre, my friends. Very bizarre indeed. Okay. Let's switch gears here for a moment. Here's an article called Physical Pains and Their Metaphysical Meanings, because we need to be able to understand, and again, this is the physical, and understand something deeper, the spiritual behind the physical. It's by Lawrence McHale. Everything on the physical plane is a manifestation of something on a metaphysical plane. When we speak of abundance, what we're really talking about is an abundance of emotional, mental, spiritual energy. We fill ourselves up to the brim with these energies, and it's the overflow that is manifest on the physical plane. The signs and the symptoms that are apparent on the physical plane lead us to inquire, ultimately, more deeply into ourselves as energetic and spiritual beings. We tend not to worry too much about this sort of thing when our body is working well, we're not feeling pain, or when we are in the throes of some chronic disease. But when our body feels pain or becomes disabled by disease or accident, we tend to start reaching out for answers. We want to know why, or maybe we don't even want to know why. We just want to fix something we perceive as broken. Realistically, when our body refuses to do what we want to do, metaphysically, it is not actually broken. It is doing its job. One of the functions is to carry messages from the higher energetic planes to us. It is then up to us to interpret these messages to take action. Western medicine takes the position that we feel pain because we can. Western approaches to pain as the main symptom of any disease are pretty much limited to drugs, surgery. Treatment consists of numbing or diverting pain receptors in the body or cutting off the offending organ. While this approach does have its place in acute situations, it is at best temporary and often harmful way to approach pain and other disharmonies we feel in our bodies. Most often, Western medicine has little to offer most of us and incredibly makes us wait until our symptoms become unbearably acute before it can even acknowledge a disharmony. The trend today, as much of the economic reasons as for reasons of spirit and human development, is to encourage people to take responsibility for their own lives. This is the approach of the ancient wisdom. We use our bodies to communicate with ourselves and with others. We use our bodies to work out emotional, mental, and spiritual questions. While we do tend to judge a diseased body negatively, there is really no right or wrong about it. The ancient Taoists theorized that good and bad, right and wrong, yin and yang were just different points of view that we all adopt at one time or another because the earth plane is dualistic in nature. We all view one at one time or another from both the yin and the yang ends of the telescope. There does not seem to be a point of judging one good, one bad, or judging one good and one evil. These are the symptoms of being human. Still, there is such a thing as well-being. There's such a thing as being sick. When we get sick, we want to do something about it. Enter the healer. The healer is trained in the observation and interpretations of the signs and the symptoms and the methods for dealing with them. Holistic healing of the individual occurs at different energetic levels. There are the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. For those on the path, there's a great many more levels and sub-levels identified in various cultural, religious, and philosophical traditions. But for our purpose, we can look at the individual in these four broad realms to at least begin the process of healing. Healing, by the way, occurs not only at the individual level, but also at the family, community, and global level. When one heals mindfully, as the Buddhists say, these other aspects of individual healing may be apparent. There are healers operating today at all these levels. Still, a good place to begin is individual body. With this in mind, the following is a list of physical symptoms and their metaphysical disharmonies they may reflect. Louise Hay, in her book You Can Heal Your Life, has done some interesting work in this area. I use her book occasionally in my Reiki 2 work. Other references are traditional Chinese medicine, diagnostic principles. My own Reiki teacher, Dennis Karloff, has my own experience. Okay, so here is a nice little list you'll see that goes over all different areas of the body, what they represent. Let me give you an example here, like the head. Headaches. Pain always indicates a separation of some sort of something. Usually we say separation from what is the truth. The greater the pain, the more important that something is. Depending on which part of the head is afflicted, the meaning changes. Louise Hay suggests that headaches indicate invalidating the self out of fear. In Chinese medicine, there are several different kinds of headaches according to the quality of the pain and the location on the head. All right, so as you go through here, got the head, different areas of the head, the eyes, the back, spine, shoulders. Shoulders represent burdens and responsibilities. Spine represents the support you think you have in life and your alignment with those supportive forces. The mid-back is the link between the shoulder and the lower back. It can be a weak link. As we firm up our shoulders, and become willing to take on responsibilities we have gathered around us, the financial and emotional support we need. Something sneaks up, stabs us in the back. This is a blind spot. The lower back represents support, financial support, emotional support of family and friends, support of God and the universe. Got our legs. Hips represent decisions in life. Upper thighs are the link between the hips and the decisions, and the knees and pride. The knees represent pride and spiritual practices suggested that one must go down before one can rise up, as Jesus did before John the Baptist, before taking up his own ministry. The shins represent another weak link. They are mostly bone, the hardest substance in the body. Ankles represent flexibility. Our feet represent our connection to Mother Earth. The throat represents our will, our ability to communicate both with others and with ourselves. Okay. The chest represents the feminine principle, nurturing and nourishing connection with the breath of life. Solar plexus is said to be the seat of the ego and the individualization. Stomach represents digestion, so on. So check out this list. Very detailed. Look online for the book by Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. It's an awesome book. I'll see if I can pull up the PDF maybe for tomorrow. It's an awesome book because it really gets into talking about all of the different ways in which we can heal our body. And she has a great way of looking at all the different areas of the body, having different affirmations to go along with what is taking place, what you're feeling, so that you can correct that situation. Okay? So, remember, it's all connected. But again, it's not just the physical, it's connected to something higher. We have to hook that higher, that spirit, that God force to us. That's what allows us to bring in healing. We need healing right now, not only personally, but our country needs healing, our planet needs healing. We need to cleanse out the darkness that has infiltrated and infested us. It's here. We can either turn a blind eye to it and let it spread further, or we could deal with it and fix it. But our time is running short. Okay? Our time is running short. We only have September and October, and come the election time, wrong person gets in office, then America's dead. You heard what I said? The wrong person gets in office, America is dead. There's no mincing words about it. We've got 2.5 months at the most before we know, and I can guarantee that over these next 2.5 months, we're going to have the Antichrist trying to do a lot more destruction to this country on his way out. That is, if he isn't even going to go out, because we don't know what his plan is. He may try something. We've heard the rumors of what he may try. It's time to be on alert, my friends. It's time to be on alert. It's time to realize we're going to have to put down some of the things we're doing to deal with the situation at hand. Otherwise, we're going to have to deal with the consequences of our own inaction. And I don't think we're going to like those consequences at all. It's a message from Archangel Gabriel for today, as channeled yesterday.
Archangel Gabriel Daily Message / Sunday, August 21st, 2016 by Shelley Young. If you are looking to change your life in a very empowering way, we suggest you write down all of your self-limiting beliefs and I am statements, the chatter that automatically goes on in your mind that always contains some kind of reason why you can't evolve beyond what is unwanted, or how you trick yourself into believing you are somehow not good enough. Leave a space after every statement that comes to you. Then, examine every statement and ask yourself, is this true? Is this really what I wish to create? What would be a better feeling statement? What is a new declaration I can make? If the statement is something hurtful someone else said to you, ask, is this true? Does this person even know the real me? Are they qualified to judge or speak about my path and my truth? Are they an example of what I aspire to be? Hint: if someone is judging you, they are automatically not operating at a level that is able to see you in your truth. If they were, they would only offer love and acceptance and see you as the perfect and divine being you are. Just write down all the things that run through your mind that make you feel less than or limited in any way. When you are done doing that, write underneath each statement what is in line with who you really are and what you really want to experience. Feel into your center, into your inner knowingness, as you assess each statement. For example, a belief may be you will always be let down if you trust people. Is that really true? No, of course that isn't true. You know that there are safe and trustworthy people in the world. So perhaps you could change that belief to read, I trust wisely and with discernment. I easily surround myself with wonderful, supportive people who are completely trustworthy. Doesn't that feel lighter and more empowered? As you go through all your beliefs and self-talk, you will start to see how limiting they really are. Rewrite your beliefs as you would any affirmation with a focus on the positive, and what you wish to experience. You will start to feel lighter, particularly in your heart center, as you find the rewrites that fit you perfectly. Then you could even go so far as to completely destroy the old beliefs and keep a book or a list of all of your new declarations of self. You could write them out and post them around your home, or use them as new mantras or affirmations, whatever feels best to you. What we are trying to show you is you are completely able to let the old go and choose what is a match to you in this right now moment. That is how powerful and capable you are, and we wish for you, more than anything, to give yourself permission to shine and create in ways that celebrate your glorious, wonderful selves. Archangel Gabriel.
Alright, let's close our eyes. Let's do our meditation for today. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Take another deep breath. And exhale again. And another breath. And exhale. Let's imagine we are looking out at the world. And we see a beautiful planet, a beautiful earth, filled with many beautiful people of all shapes and sizes, of all colors and creeds. And we see this beautiful world and all its beauty and diversity. And we see everyone working to get along. But then we notice this darkness creep in. This darkness that creeps in and begins to spread lies amongst all of this beauty. Spread darkness into everything that is taking place. So pretty soon those getting along start fighting, till all of the goodness seems to dissipate and truth disappears. And at first we think that this is just our imagination, until we realize that this is the reality of the world this day. And we know that time is short, and that we need to fix this problem immediately. We know that this problem can only be fixed if we allow God to express this divine presence throughout all. So we call down into life this day, this God force, this force of love and healing, to come down and to wash away the illusion, to cleanse the darkness from the planet. And as this force comes down, this God, this light force that shines through us, this Christ light, We see all of the darkness dissipate. We see all of those wishing to cause others harm to instantly disappear. We imagine that all of the leaders on the earth that are assisting in this beast life way, we see them instantly disappear into nothingness until all of the evil and the darkness is gone in a moment, and all that is left is goodness, love, truth, and light. Heavenly Mother, Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessings not only of this great earth you have provided for us, but for the blessings here in America, for this wonderful land, for this our home. We thank you for bringing down your divine touch into all of our hearts, that we might repent of the moments and times when we've walked away from you, and use this as an opportunity to reconnect. We know and understand, Father, that there have been many along the way who have attempted to co-opt the goodness that you present, but that none shall be successful, because in the end we know that God wins, that you win, that the Christ light shall shine bright upon this planet, dissolving all of the darkness. So we thank you, and we ask that we remain ever patient, ever vigilant, as we stand strong against the darkness that we now face. We ask that the angels, Archangel Michael, provide us with strength and courage during these times, and that we all find ways to reach into that part of ourselves where bravery exists and allow it to shine. For we are all warriors here, God. Warriors here to set this right. We thank you. So let's continue on this journey, my friends. Let the subconscious mind continue on the journey, sending out light into the darkness, illuminating all of the lies with truth, and standing strong and courageous in the face of all the adversity, knowing that as we stand in courage and shine forth this light of divinity, that the adversary dissipates. So let the subconscious mind keep on that journey, shining that light, standing strong, and let's bring the conscious mind back to the present moment on the count of 3. 3, coming back to the present moment filled with confidence. 2, coming back to the present moment filled with faith. 1, coming back to the present moment happy, healthy, and whole. Happy, healthy, and whole. Take another deep breath. Exhale, and open your eyes. I hope that we can find a way to step away from our distractions this day, to put down our personal endeavors in order to look at the bigger picture here, because time is running short. We need to do our part now. I know that in the end God wins, but between now and then we have to do our part and stand up and be strong. We're here as warriors, warriors for God, and if we don't do this right now, we might regret our inaction in the future. That's it. Have a great day. I love you. Keep loving each other, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace. I'm out of here.